Hello and welcome to part 15 of Let's Play Modded Skyrim. I have decided to skip past all that death and dying and go straight back into killing that draug that killed me last time. There wasn't much to miss anyway. Last time for some reason the draug just decided to sit through the kill move animation and not take any damage. Hopefully this time it's not going to be the same. I'm going to use my sneak again and hopefully I'll be able to do enough damage when he's not looking. Hit them while their back's turned. That's my motto. Definitely looks like it was enough this time to kill him. Usually these draw come in 3, so I'm not too worried that there's going to be another one following him. The draug do come leveled though. Initially, if you're low level, you get just draug like these guys, who have very low level health, around about 50 health. Slightly higher up you get restless draug, and they have 175 health. Further still are the draug whites, they have 400. Draug scourge afterwards, that's 900 health. A draug overlord which has 1000 health, and the draug deathlord which has 1300 health. I think anything above a draug, restless draug, would absolutely murder me right now. Even a draug scourge, which is relatively low level, has 8 times the health of these draug, so they would take 24 arrows to bring them down. This guy isn't scary at all, even though he burst out well before I even got near him. If he jumped out while my back was turned, that would be a lot more scary. Nothing much else in this room apart from that chest to collect. To advance further, I think we just have to open the door that takes us downriver. There's no good using poison or anything else like that against undead, because undead are immune to any poisons that you might use. They've also got a 50% resistance to frost, so that's exactly the same as Nords. The draug that cast magic are particularly tricky as well. The ones that fight like warriors, they're pretty easy because these caverns are so big you can just keep on running back and shooting them. But the ones with ranged attack, they really do cause you problems. This cavern appears to be lit up by all these glowing mushrooms. As I remember, I think these glowing mushrooms actually do have quite a good alchemy effect, but I can't remember what it is. I'll find out next time though. Or rather, I won't look it up. What I will do is I will play through as if I've played this game for the first time. I don't remember what glowing mushrooms do, but what I'll do, I'll have to find out what they do in game. Either find a recipe for them or level up my alchemy so I can use them. There's a handy chest here with some armour that I don't need, and a scroll of fireball as well. I'll just take a nice look out of this balcony. It's a beautiful balcony. Seems to be a draug walking along the bottom. Just try to snipe him. That's got him, good shot. Means the way is clear for me to run all the way down. This barrow though is absolutely huge. If you think about it, what it must have been built halfway down the other side of the mountain from Riverwood. If anyone is interested in the draug and the origins of the Draug, there is a book which actually the Mages Guild have done research on the Draug, and that pretty much explains the ritual of how the worshippers give their power to the dragon priests. Since this game is all about dragons coming back to life, then you've got to think that we're going to encounter some sort of dragon priest from now on. I do like the idea of them being a separate culture though. Effectively all these barrows are miniature cities for these worshippers. So I wonder what these barrows would have been like before all the rot set in and all the spiders decided to move in. I see something moving in the distance. It's a restless Draug, so it's going to take a bit more firepower than I've got. I'll have to take it cautiously. If these Draug were a bit faster, or they had the ability to sprint, then they would be really difficult indeed. If you had 24, 28 days later type zombies, then it would be absolutely impossible. Really scary as well. At the moment I can outrun almost anything. That means I can run back, shoot, run back, shoot. I wonder if I can thread an arrow through this entrance that's covered by tree roots. He's taken a couple of sneak hits already 4 sneak arrows, so I don't think he's going to take too much more punishment. I was just being extra cautious anyway, because he killed me so easily last time. He doesn't have any decent treasure on him, I don't think either. Might be some decent treasure in this room. There's this chest. And that's an apprentice lock. Should be quite simple for me to do. I do like this lockpicking game a lot better than the lockpicking game in Oblivion, which I found impossible. So in Oblivion all I used to do was use the auto function and wear my way through lockpicks. This one though, it's very rewarding when you get it right, I think. Not incredibly frustrating like the Oblivion one. I'll just re-explore the way I came, because I remember I didn't explore down at the bottom of the waterfall before we go on to the Bleak Sanctum, which is the final level here. I have currently plenty of encumbrance. I've got plenty of room for treasure, should I happen to find any. What I don't want to find is any enemies waiting to jump out and ambush me. There's dead skeevers down here, not too much treasure. If I was thirsty I could always take some water from this river. I don't think I need any though. I've already got a bottle of boiled water on me anyway, so I can survive. These treasure chests, somehow I find the novice ones pretty difficult to open, even compared to the apprentice ones, which should actually be a lot more difficult. At least it's improved my skill. Also given me a level up, which is pretty handy as well. It takes me up to level 4. I just wonder what I should spend it on. So even though I didn't get that much by heading down here, at least I leveled up before we entered the final chamber. shall put our perks into lockpicking. That means we've got perks in sneak, lockpicking and alchemy, which are 3 of the thievery skills, 3 thievery perks already. But not much else to do here. What I will do is I'll head back to the final door, which leads me into Bleak Falls Sanctum. And if you remember Arvil the Swift's journal, that's the Sanctum where we get the chance to use the golden claw. The golden claw also, as I'm sure you probably know, has got a pattern on it which tells you the key combination for the lock, but we'll come on to that. This place is definitely a bit bigger than I remember. I thought we'd actually approach the final door, but in fact there's a bit more exploring to do. What I can hear in the distance, I think, yep, that's also some sort of trap in the distance as well. I think it's a swinging axe trap. So that's quite nasty. It's a swinging axe trap which looks like it's going to take us into an ambush. I think it's time to sprint and hope. Same timing as before. Run when they're centered. Made it. Sneaky zombie getting out of bed. Can't see me for some reason though, so that's fine by me. I can hear others in the background. I'll just crouch down here and wait for them. There's one right now. Come on, charge! They've got no chance with this amount of room between us. They can't close the ground. They're super slow as well. What I will do, I will unset that trap, so in case I need to get out quickly, I can run away. But these Draug normally come in 3s for some reason. I don't know what this obsession is with 3s, but once you've slaughtered 3 of anything, 3 monsters, you're pretty sure that there's going to be usually none left. And those Draug were quite varied anyway. I think one of them was an archer Draug and one of them was a one-handed weapon Draug and the other a two-handed weapon Draug. They don't have too much treasure on them, 1 or 2 gold coins each. That's enough for me, enough to buy myself a potato. The game developers could have been really nasty, and what they could have done is set all manner of traps for you, but they're quite nice. There's nothing that suddenly pokes out and screams at you. Otherwise I'd be playing with the volume way down, lights way up. There are a couple of horror type mods though, which I do really want to load up and show you that they can make Skyrim into a really atmospheric and scary game if they can do it. Another thing they could have done, of course, was they could have made it so there were consequences when you die. Right, I think we're coming up to the last section of the dungeon now. Yep, I think I recognise this. This is the combination door that I was talking about. You have the inner ring where the claw goes into and 3 outer rings that you need to turn to solve the puzzle. The puzzle is quite easily solved if you go to your golden claw, and you'll notice on the golden claw what it has is it's got 3 symbols, and simply you just line up those symbols in order and then you place the golden claw by clicking or pressing on E to activate the middle ring, and then the door will hopefully open. If you get it wrong, all that happens is that you have a few darts fired at you, and they don't really hurt all that much. They're very similar to the darts that killed the bandit in the first chamber. So that door's open for us. And now we're supposed to get somewhere with unimaginable power of the Nords. I wonder what that could be. Bats. A coffin that I'll expect. There's a drawer. No, there's no drawer there. Seems like there's some sort of shrine ahead of me. I shall arm up with my best arrows and start sneaking around. This part looks beautiful though. You wouldn't think that it was in a undead shrine of evil. There's too much to do here apart from to head up to the wall, which is chanting at me. Something's happening. So I've learnt a word of power, and all I can do now is head back, take some treasure and bring the claw back to Lucifer. Someone's come out. Ouch, that's not good. High level draw. Only thing I can do is try to burn him to death perhaps. I've already put 2 arrows. I obviously don't have too much magicka to hurt him with. Staff of Fury, I don't think that's going to work very much. Making him angry is not going to be a good idea. I think the best thing to do is just to stock up on magicka and carry on trying to burn him to death. The intravenous drip, and he one-shots me to the death. New tactics needed, I think. That's about a wrap for this one though, and with that death I shall see you next time.